Welcome back to Quiet Money Podcast, the number one show for going through the ups and downs of life. Stay tuned. We coming up next. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Quiet Money Podcast. I'm your host, Dex. As always, I like your lipstick today.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's a little darker, though.
You think so?
Yeah, but I like it, though.
It's one of my favorite ones.
But anyway, my co-host, what's up, man?
Hi, my name is Randi. I'm the co-host of Quiet Money Podcast.
Yeah, see, they got some different earrings on. You doing some different stuff. Explain the fit. Explain what you're doing today. You got a shirt that looks like you got a necklace on, but you ain't got no necklace. It's a necklace in the shirt.
You know, I try to give the pod a little something from time to time. A little effort.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How
my
you
voice,
feeling?
it's a little scratchy.
For real?
Mm-hmm. I'm like coming down with something, but not because I'm fighting it.
Yeah.
Myself
You ain't been feeling that good this week.
Vitamin C. I don't have time to get sick.
You was mad at me because I ain't been helping enough. I know that.
I'm not even going to comment on that.
I'm trying to. But I'm glad you're feeling better. You know what I'm saying? But what's up with you? How's your week been? How's everything?
It's been a busy week. Long week.
Busy house, so what's up?
Well, I've been home with the baby every single day, except for one.
Right. But you like that, though. You know what I'm saying?
I do, but it requires a lot of attention.
Yeah.
And I can't pay attention to everything, so the work that I need to do, it just doesn't get done. But I know that.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a crazy week.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a lot going on this week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of hard decisions I had to make. But before I even get into all that, this week it's been like having to figure out multiple things.
Mm-hmm.
Like multiple things. And every week's not necessarily like that, but I feel like this week it was like every day. It was like multiple things within the day that we was just like having to figure out like right on the spot or like, you know what I mean? It's just a whole lot going on. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, one of the things that was tough this week that we was trying to figure out, and you know, us having a family, you know, that comes with challenges, you know what I'm saying? For sure. But like with our youngest son, you know what I mean? I think this week we've been trying to figure out, you know, what's the best for him, like with his education and his career and everything. And, you know, I think we had to really like rethink that on the spot this week and, you know, like just kind of consider what's best for him and stuff. So that was a little challenging a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm glad we do that. But that was one thing this week. So I think we still got to think more on like where we're going to put him in school, how many days we're going to put him in school, like, you know, so he could start, you know, spending more time doing things. And, you know.
So basically, for those who don't know, our youngest son has a developmental delay right now. And right now we're just trying to figure out the best course of action to get him making progress. So, and he's making great progress, but we want to definitely give him the best whatever. Nah,
he's making a lot of progress.
He is. So, but just considering different childcare facilities and babysitters, it's a process.
Yeah.
So
we dealt with that this week.
We dealt with that this week.
Yeah, that was one thing. The other thing this week, like that I had to deal with, well, we kind of dealt with it together. Like, so I want to talk about this for a second. Anybody that ain't listened to our podcast together, we talk about ups and downs in life and success and all that. We do a lot of things together. Pretty much everything. That's what I always say. Whether it's business, family, relationship, friendship, investing, like sports, like everything would have been intertwined in each other's life. You know what I mean? Podcasts and all that. If you really think about it, everything. I'm serious. Everything would like kind of been intertwined along the way and it's been successful. You know what I mean?
Hey,
what's up?
If I was your best friend, I want you around all the time.
Yeah, true. I'm serious, dude. You think about it, you know what I'm saying? But what I want to talk about real quick is like sometimes that you make a decision and it's tough and you try to make the right thing happen that don't impact people the worst way. You know what I'm saying? So like one of the things we talked about was like changing the business and everything and how we're enhancing and stuff. And that's great. And I'm loved it. But this week I had to revisit that moment in time that the business changed, right? Mm-hmm. And some of the impacts of that. So I want to be real about that. We talk about the ups and downs. Like on a lot of other episodes, we talked about how we're making more money in the business, how we're, being valued more for our time. You're being valued more for your time. We got the kind of clients we really want. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All that. But then the other side is that we did lose some clients. We did have some changes. Like not everybody was super smooth and perfect. And that's what happens with change, right?
Right.
It's not. So this week I had to sit back and think about the fact that in some of my decisions, I was like anticipating a little bit what I thought the client or person needed, and maybe not the communication thing again, but like maybe not really giving people the opportunity as much as I could have to like communicate to me how they felt about the change. You know what I'm saying? So I had to really objectively think about it because I like to fix things. And you told me about this. Like, so I don't give you a chance to talk. I like try to get to the point and all that. So I was thinking like in that moment, like, was I really trying to, just 100% limit, like, hey, this isn't going to work. I know the change is going to impact. It's not going to work. So let me get ahead of it. And you know what I'm saying? That's how I did. And I thought it was really positively received. I thought it was a good thing. But I had to sit there and think it's probably a different way I could have did it. So I've transitioned that because talking with you this morning, me and you start beefing again.
Oh,
you know
boy.
what I'm saying? Me and you start beefing again. But it was like the same type of behavior where it was like, I thought I knew what you was about to say. You was trying to talk to me about the birthday party and all that. And I thought you was about to start blaming me on something. You hadn't even said nothing yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we guys start tripping and all that. But it was because I thought that I knew where you was going. You might have entered, but I was pretty much like anticipating what you was going to do and where it was going to go. And that didn't work out. So it just kind of had me thinking like, communication. And now I ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying? But I think just that listening part is something, I could improve on. Everybody could probably improve on. But like you be trying, sometimes you could try to solution things for people and you have to like solution things with people. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, you might have different feelings on it, because business is business. Mm-hmm. You got to make tough changes. But my thing was you do business with people. And when you change, it's tough. But you either change with people or you don't change with people. But that process is a very challenging thing to do right. Mm-hmm. That's also what I kind of got highlighted as well. Like on both sides, like it's a very challenging thing to do in business, period, to change. It just like really stuck in my mind. Like no matter what I did, it wasn't going to be perfect for every situation. And there was literally nothing that I could put in place that would work for everybody, make sure that we're covered. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that our interests, which is most important, at least equally important. That's why you're in business, mm-hmm. to make sure everybody's protected. It's a lot. Like, think about it. With business, it's a lot. Like how when things are changing, do you make sure that the business continues to be operating at a level that's worth it, worth the investment, but then everybody that's impacted is happy or at least able to change with you? Probably not. And if they can change with you, are you able to communicate in a way where everybody's cool with it?
Yeah.
Right? Like, and I was just sitting there thinking like, all right, well, sometimes it is what it is and sometimes it's not. And I was sitting there like, maybe in that instance, I could have, listened a little more. You know what I mean? So that's something that happened this week. And I wanted to tell you about it because as you brought up, as our situation happened this morning, it kind of had me thinking like, maybe I don't need to try to solution everything. And maybe there's other people like that, you know what I'm saying, that think that I think I'm a good communicator, but some people, may be like me in some instances where you kind of take it on yourself and you try to solution things and, you think it, but maybe sometimes you got to find a way to work more together with people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What you think?
I agree.
Yeah, it's hard.
But for me, I think that you just, even if you know the solution or even if you think what you should be doing, I think you should listen. So, because that's irritating in itself. Just somebody, I know what you're going to say. but yeah, in regards to that though, I still think that you was just too busy to actually, because I think you would have came to that conclusion.
You think so?
If you would have sat down and thought about it, yeah, because it was kind of short.
So why you didn't tell me then? Why you didn't tell me?
Another complaint on something that you're not doing? No, thank you.
What do you mean? That's why you didn't tell me? No, I want to hear about that. You didn't tell me because what? You thought I'd say you was complaining?
And it was already a touchy subject.
Look at that.
Because of how I already went behind your back.
Look at that.
Changed the whole way we do business.
Look at that.
And now I'm going to come to you and be like, hey.
Look at that. Look at that. Hear me? That's how real the podcast is. Look at that. I didn't even know that. You see what I'm saying? But here, this is the thing. This is the lesson from it. Look how problems compound into other problems. Mm-hmm. Look at that. There's little things, problems compounding into other problems because you don't completely resolve them. Like, you switch the business, we don't get the communication right on that. We're getting back and forward. All right, cool. Now you got to go do something else where you make it better. I come check it in the end. Everything's cool. Nah, it's great. But I wasn't there to help you perfectly make it or at least improve the way it was changing. So look at that. So then you're also aware of a situation where it ain't sweet. And you don't even necessarily tell me the way I needed her to help out because you think I'm a trip on you. Look at all that. Look at all them hops. Yeah. Look at all them hops, yo. But you know what's real though? That happens to people every day. That happens to people every day. All these little things that's been happening start connecting. I know people listen like, what they talking about? Listen, all these little things that you don't resolve 100% start connecting together. And then it results in even more problems. So you're right. Look at what you're saying. I'm telling you that it's something I should have thought about. You're telling me now you would have thought about it. And I actually agree with you. I would have thought about it. But I didn't have the time. And I wasn't involved, like you said, at that moment. And it didn't have to necessarily be that way. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy. And that's why you have to resolve things truly. You know what I'm saying? Or they breed into other problems. I think you see that, right?
Yeah.
You see that. Mm-hmm. Real talk. You know what I'm saying?
See it very, very clearly.
Very clearly. And but here's the beautiful thing. You get up. You got air in your lungs. You got a chance to live today. You could pour it with your wife and improve things. That's life. You see what I'm saying? I had a chance yesterday to hear all of these things and make it right and correct it. That's the beautiful thing. That's life. That's grace. You know what I'm saying? That's being real. That's being authentic. That's really caring about what you're doing. Nah. I love that we have business together and it's me and you because I care about it enough to fix it that way, to get involved like that. I ain't about to say sorry to everybody for everything. You see what I'm saying? But it means something to me. It's our business. You know what I'm saying? It's things that we do. Nah, there's little things connecting to each other and how they breed into other problems. I saw that come up in a different way this week, but nothing to do with me. But, you know, and you probably heard this before, but like, you know, you're driving down the road, somebody bumps into you in traffic. You know, you hate that. There's a little bumper. You know what I mean? Somebody bumps in your bumper or they cut you off or, you know, and it's like, nobody likes that. But then you hear them stories of like, the person cut you off, then got out the car and just beat the crap out of you. Left you bleeding for your life. Almost impossible that event right there was supposed to result in that.
Yeah, that's a build-up.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then you got to unpack that, but we're not about to unpack that. But I'm just saying, what actually happened this week, that's just an example I gave, but what happened this week was what I saw on the news. You probably saw this on the news. The lady with the pants. Did you see the lady with the pants on the news?
No.
All right, so listen, right? Like I said in a couple other episodes, about people not caring. And I talked about how people's always got something to say no matter what. Nah, what I saw in the news was an example of like build up. I don't know what type of build up it is, but this lady, they had this thing on the news where they laid this like a weather anchor or whatever, or a news anchor, but I'm pretty sure she did the weather. And she basically addressed somebody that wrote a email while she was live recording. So somebody was like commenting in her whatever, and like wrote her something live while she was doing the news or whatever, and was like, "Congratulations on your baby" or something for wearing some like grandma pants or maternity pants or something like that. And she had like a little stomach and all that. So right. So the lady, while she's doing the news, she like stopped right there and was like, "Oh, I just want to address this person that, left a comment or whatever. Like, I'm actually have this look because she had to get like her uterus or something removed because she had cancer." Serious. She was like, "Yeah, I actually had to have that removed because I had cancer a couple years ago." And then she was like, "Also, women my age, they actually look like this." So.
Wow.
Serious. You didn't see that on the news?
I haven't been.
Yes. And I'm sitting there thinking like, yo, that's wild. Like, that's wild. Completely. Like, but I'm like, yo, that's the world I live in now.
Yeah, why would you even comment?
That's the world I live in. Why are you
taking the time to comment?
That's the world. So then I'm like, well, what's the build up in a person like that? Nah, people would say social media's got a problem. I don't have no problem with social media because at the end of the day, social media gives you access to whatever you want, and it's not that. It's just it does open up a opportunity for you to just not know nobody and be able to comment on whatever they do. Like if you participate in that, but that don't change like the person. You know what I'm saying? Like who does that? It was weird. Like you know what I mean? But I was thinking like, what kind of build up in their life and things was happening that will result in something like that.
You think it's a build up? Or do you think that's just how some people are nowadays? Like
done.
You can voice your opinion at any time on any post, any live, like
but that's your opinion though.
I know.
But here's the thing. Because you have an ability to do something, does that mean that that's something that you're just gonna do because you have the ability to?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like to me, it's not one and the same because like why is it that all right? And maybe you tell me this. Why is it like that? Why is it that I can go down the street and speak to somebody and I'll say one thing and online I'll just say something I'll never say to that person in real life? Is it just because you can? Is that literally
Probably.
it? And so all right. So is everybody before social media been just keeping it fake the whole time when they talk to people or interact with people?
I mean, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because maybe you get used to seeing negative comments and I don't know. Like when I think about how things were, I didn't really grow up around like a whole bunch of negativity.
Right.
So if it was going on, I don't think I was that aware of it. I mean, we used to joke on each other, but that's
different though.
Yeah.
That's different though.
But I wouldn't be like, oh, why you got that on? And she looked better than you, or like. I mean, even now, if I don't have nothing nice to say, I'm just not gonna say it.
Right.
I do have thoughts like, oh, why did they post that? But I'm not gonna be like, why did you post that?
Right.
Or, no.
But on the flip side, you're in this environment now, you're podcasting. You know what I'm saying? You're putting yourself in that environment. Like,
yep, and I'm terrified sometimes.
Why?
Because I know it's coming.
Talk about that.
Oh, no.
Talk about that.
I don't want to.
No, but listen, because I follow like sports people and all that. So I see like famous basketball players, LeBron James and everybody, the greatest players in the world. I see people on there telling them they trash and it literally like factually makes no sense.
Right.
But people do that. Right. But people do that every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you're terrified about that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not even that I'm terrified, but I'm like, oh, how am I going to deal with this when it happens? Because that's part of blowing up.
Yeah.
Like you expose yourself to everybody and you give people the opportunity to comment on the things we talk about, comment on our lives. I mean,
True.
It's out there.
True.
We're on multiple platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook.
Well, that's because of you.
YouTube.
That's because of you. I didn't do none of that. I appreciate you.
Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Like, we're putting ourselves out there. And I know that we live a little differently. We're pretty traditional.
That's my worry right there. Like, the way we live, like, and the way, like, views, like, not well, I don't even know necessarily views, but just
we're pretty traditional.
Yeah, like,
in a
with
society
certain things,
that's not as traditional.
Yeah.
Or it's not what I see. I'm sure there's people like us, but maybe not as vocal. So I already know that it's coming. And my fear is, how am I going to deal with it? Like, you see people having nervous breakdowns, and I don't want to be one of those people. So I just stay firm in the Lord and just ask him to give me strength when it happens. And I know I'll be prepared.
True.
Yeah. So I'm proud. I'm proud of what we're doing. I feel like we're on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
I see that we have had a lot of downloads. So people are listening.
Oh, wait.
I'm saying people are listening.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I expect things to change for the better and for the worse.
I don't know why when you said downloads for a second, I didn't know what you was talking about.
Oh,
I'm like, what are you talking about? No, but I know now. I remember
Yeah.
now. But I was like, what are you talking about downloads?
Yeah. So,
as you can see, I'm not a podcaster. Like, you know.
Yeah, I'm the what is my title?
The one that knows everything about the podcast. I just be coming on, sitting down and talking to you, which is what I love about it. You know what I mean? Sitting next to my grandparents, you know?
Yeah.
For sure.
It's an interesting space. Like, this is a completely new field, but I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been taking time as my birthday approaches, just reflecting on the things that I've done.
Weird. Hey.
Man.
I would, look, no lie. I'm sorry. No lie. Just now in my head, I was thinking the word reflection just came in my head. Swear to God. No lie. I don't know why, but the word reflection just came in my head. And I know it's because of something. I'm going to tell you in a sec. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I ain't mean to jump in real quick.
No. I was just saying I'm reflecting.
No, but it's weird that you said that word just now.
Is it weird?
Yes.
Or are we disconnected?
I mean, that's true too, but I just didn't know you was going to say that. That's all. But what else is going on with you before I even go down? You know me, I get into that whole reflection thing right now, but what's up with you? Anything else going on with you? We've been getting more ready for your birthday party and all that. I got to go check out my stuff that came. You said my stuff came, so we got to check that.
Came. Yeah. So I'm having a 90s party for my birthday. It's my first real big party.
For a birthday, yeah.
For a birthday. For sure. The other biggest party I can think of is our wedding.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. So, yep, got a birthday coming up. Big 40. I'll say it loud and proud.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've had a couple of guys try to holler at me over there.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. Talk about that, because you was definitely hyped about it.
No, I was not
hyped. Yes, you was. No, you definitely was.
No,
you definitely was. You definitely was.
Okay.
No, well,
so,
you know, go ahead.
You guys, we live in suburbia, okay? And I don't get out much without Dexter. So, but I notice when I get out, the guys be trying to holler at Randy.
Hey, look, whatever. I don't care.
So yeah, but anyway, that's it.
That's all you're gonna say?
Well, the thing is, I don't really get out much, so when it happens, I'm always like surprised, like, hey, that's all.
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna keep it real?
I am keeping it real.
All right, sorry, I ain't gonna call you out.
I feel like
I'm not gonna call you out.
I won't get in trouble.
Do that. No,
but here's the thing, though, I'm open and honest with my husband every time it happens.
Yeah, of course.
So, because I ain't getting in trouble.
You ain't getting in trouble. I'm cool, man.
They be like, yeah, I saw Randy at the gas station talking to this guy. Might get back to
That's
me.
more like, yeah, I ain't like that. I ain't like that. You know that.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, they be asking for my age. I'll be like 39.
Wow.
Like, oh my gosh.
True.
If you look so good, I'll be like, do I?
You do look good, you know that. Hey, but the reflection, when you said the word reflection, right? What else? Let me tell you about that.
Get back on track.
Nah, it's so good. Hey, so I was talking about like self-reflection. I don't know if it was the last episode or a couple episodes. I don't know what episode it was. I'd be mixed up with the episodes. But yo, I was also this week in a position where, and I want people to like, I know somebody's gonna relate to this, but like reflecting on somebody else's situation, or like somebody you've been involved with, or like somebody that works with you, or somebody that has business with you, or like you have to reflect and kind of either help them be better or tell them things they could do better, things they should look to do. And I was in that environment this week, right? So what I want to highlight is what I want to talk about is, as I went through this process, right, I didn't realize until the end how much I was putting myself in it, right? So what I mean is, like, me and you asked me, we're working together and we're on a project or whatever, but doing something. And I now need to look at you and tell you like how it went and stuff like that. I have to objectively look at what you did and tell you about it. You know what I'm saying? But what I would realize is, like, as part of that, you could kind of put yourself in it, and like what you did as part of it, how you think you impacted, what you could have did or not. You know what I'm saying? And not really look at what you did. So I was sitting there in this situation. I was like, well, I've been doing a lot of assuming, I think. You know what I'm saying? I think I've been doing a lot of assuming. But anyway, I was sitting in this situation. I was like, as I evaluate you, I'm going to use you as an example, objectively, I wasn't even doing that at all. I was sitting there and thinking about, half of it was like what I did or what I should have did. You know what I'm saying? Or what you didn't have because of things I did, that I kind of was adjusting my view on what you did. But I need to look at what you did. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I think I do that in other things also, which is like, it's not always about you. That's my point right now. So sometimes it's about the other person, yeah. And when you're supposed to be looking at what they're doing and telling them things that they could do better to help you, communicate with you, work with you, you actually have to look at them and not just be looking at yourself. And I realized that this week also, you know what I'm saying? So when things are not working out, or when you're put in them tough spots where you got to kind of figure out how things could be better and stuff like that, you don't need to take it on too much yourself, because you got your own stuff going on. And I think I do. I know a lot of other people do it, but like when things don't work out, or like when it's good, we give the credit to other people. And when it's bad, we take it on like it's awful. And I'm like, that's not good. Because maybe it's bad, not because it's my fault. Maybe it could have been better because of you. And maybe I don't know if what I did or didn't do would have made you any better. I'm just assuming that. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming that because I'm this person that's looking at myself honestly, like, well, yo, you could have been better at this, that. I'm projecting that on what you did now. So like, it's like you're walking through life or walking through situations, like taking some of the blame for things. That's what I kind of realized, like, oh, I see that. It's okay for me to look internally and be like, yo, I could have been better. I could have did this and that. But that doesn't remove other people's responsibility.
Right. You're not the reason.
Right. That doesn't remove other people's responsibility. That doesn't remove what other people were supposed to do and what they could have did in an environment that was challenging, like you, in a whatever it is. Because nothing's perfect. But we do that a lot. People do that a lot. I do that a lot. Maybe other people that's listening to this podcast do that, which is like, all right, this didn't work out, so I'm going to take some of the blame. And you think you're being a good person. You think you're being a good person, but you're not. You're being a good person, but you're not being good to yourself.
You got me thinking now.
You're not being good to yourself. How many of us are living life now? I'm not selfish. I'm not telling you to be like this, but we're being good to everybody else, but we're not being good enough to ourselves. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're sitting here and realizing like, okay, well, maybe if I would have did a little bit more, that's why this didn't happen. You don't know that.
Yeah.
You don't even know that. You just know that you wasn't perfect. You just know that you made some mistakes. You just know that there's some things you could have did or said, but you don't know what the outcome would have been. But you punish yourself and you like muddy up the result as if you do. But you don't know. So what you do know is that you have a responsibility. You have responsibility. What you do know is that there's going to be challenges that go on in your life. You know that it's going to be things that are not perfect. And you and your business partner and you and your wife and you and your friend and you and your cousin and you and your brethren from around the corner and you and your sister and you and your auntie have to find a way to work through that without, and as you're working through it, it doesn't always mean that when it goes bad, all right, let's both of us share a little bit of the blame. That's not true. That's not true. Sometimes it's okay to say, it wasn't me. Maybe it was me. You know what I'm saying? But it really had me thinking, like, I do that a lot.
You're very hard on yourself.
That's what I'm, but a lot, yeah. So I want to say that. I'm like, oh, I do that a lot, yo. And I wonder if other people are like that, where it's like, all right, like, think about it. Things go well, everybody's celebrating, and you're the one that wants to, you're happy, take some credit, but you want to celebrate everybody else. Great. But then when it doesn't go as good, that's the time that you want to look at yourself and be like, oh, I should have been this, I should have been that. So that's why, it don't be like that all the time. Everybody has challenges they got to overcome. You can't overcompensate for somebody else's challenges. You got your own challenges. Think about it, yo.
Yeah.
Even with the other things we've been talking about, personal stuff or whatever, it's like no matter how much you try, you can't overcome other people's challenges, bro. Right? But you think that you can do more. You think you could work a little harder, strategize a little more, try something different. Like, so you just always like walking through life, slapping yourself just a little bit. All right. I didn't get it right this time. Maybe man. Nah. And it's hard. It's hard. And I'm just seeing that because guess what? What's the end result? That just like you, when things go bad, you have to help yourself. You have to help yourself. It's like no way around it. You got to love yourself enough to help yourself. And you got to love yourself enough to tell somebody else, it's okay for you to get better to help me. It's okay for me to get better to help you. Right? But it's not always you.
Yeah.
It's not. And that's not a strength, really. That's not a strength, really. To be the person that always says, I'm going to do a little more and this would have been better. Nah. You have taught me that a great strength is just bringing more strengths around you. Help you get stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like our podcast, people's going to listen to our podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear what other people do in their life, things that they do well, like how they overcome things. Like, but because you help me with stuff. But it just really had me thinking, like, why would I do that? And like, to finish this up, if I wouldn't have looked at things the right way, you know what would have happened? I would have been in another environment where to actually improve it or to actually address whatever, I would have to actually do a little more probably than I need to. Because I've took it on.
More stress.
Right, I've took it on. So I ain't even left the issue or whatever where it was at. Now it becomes a new thing for me. It's like one more item on my to-do list. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, what's up?
Nothing. I'm just listening.
So what else has been going on with you? I'm sorry, but you hit me with the reflection thing. So that was But I was thinking that, and then you said that, and I was just like, yo, that's wild. So I had to say it. I didn't even know I was going to bring that up, but the word came, and then you said that, and I was like, that means I got to bring it up. Anyway, Christmas is coming.
Yeah, but you know what's going on?
What's up?
My vehicle.
Oh yeah.
Has been improved.
Oh, I didn't even let you talk about that. What about 40 minutes in? And the highlight of the week is the car. So we should have started with that.
Yeah. So Dex believed that for my 40th birthday, I should get a new car. I think this is where we start from, right? And I'm like, I love the car that I have. It's an older car, but it's paid off. So more than anything, I don't want a car note. But I told him, it would be nice to have a radio because the radio works, but nothing else works in the car, just the radio. And that's was a little sketchy. So he ended up taking the car and getting me a system, I got a rear view camera now. I got Bluetooth. I got what else I got? I don't know. I don't even know
You
everything
got bass in the
has.
car.
I got bass. You probably know a little bit more than me, but
you got the speakers and all that, with the
Yeah.
TV, the screen and all that, and the camera.
Yeah, I literally had nothing but a radio that barely worked.
A radio.
A radio.
Like, it's 2023. You ain't had no apps. You didn't have no Pandora. Like, you ain't even
The car
have
it's a 2010.
I know, but now. But so now you got a 2010 with like technology.
I got a 2010
that weren't
with
even
technology and still no car note. Hallelujah.
So how you feeling that? Because like we're still living different. Where if somebody would see us pull up to a party, if somebody saw us pull up to a party, they'd be like, well,
right. They'd be like, hold on, he got a career doing this.
Yeah, they'd be
they
like,
got two businesses.
Right.
Like,
why is he pulling up in this Toyota with the brakes squeaking?
Because his wife don't want no car note at this time.
That's so crazy how we're living, how we're choosing to live when it comes to cars. Yeah.
Yeah, but cars don't really, there's no vehicle that really excites me. Like, oh, I gotta have that. I gotta drive that.
Hey, so now I got a question for you. Mm-hmm. And we're going to keep it very general because we are very professional.
Okay.
But like, do you ever like think or have ever seen situations? Because I know you do taxes and all that. Mm-hmm. But like people that probably have a lot nicer cars than you, but don't make the money you make.
Right.
What do you think? Like, do you think that we shortchange ourselves because like we make money and we're sitting here and not having a nice car? Because at the end of the day, a nice experience and a nice car is nothing wrong with that.
Oh, it's nothing. I mean,
and the fact we just had this radio and this window and this right window that don't put the window down.
Oh yeah, don't put the right window
because the window might
down.
not come up.
Yeah, it may not come up.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But it's like now that it's hooked up, it's like you don't need it.
Yeah, I just really like not having a car note.
Yeah,
and
I never cared about that until I met you.
I mean, when the time comes, it comes. But there are people that's living nicer, driving nicer things, and we could have those things, but we're still,
what I realized?
Debt free outside of the mortgage.
You know what I realized though?
And I don't know how.
I don't think we're gonna. I think we're done. Like if you really think about it, like because we would have did it now. Like think what life moments are gonna be like. We're gonna have a dead on car again.
I don't even know if I want to be in America.
Right. Like, no, I'm just saying, think about like the conversations we're having and everything. Like we're changing, yeah. Like the way we look at life, like when we was in Portugal and everything, like we was walking. Like, so I'm just saying, like, if you really think about it, the people that we were it was like, we would want to go buy a super nice car. And as long as the debt was like, I'm cool with it. Like, we might never do that again. Like, serious.
Well, right now, my dream car is like a newer Toyota Highlander. That's my dream.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't that crazy?
It's very practical.
That's crazy. Why? But check it though. If I get $100,000 or something, I would, or $1 million. Like, the last thing I'm thinking about is a car.
Yeah.
I just want to go places.
Yeah, but I say that now for where I am.
Yeah.
You don't know what that new money might look like.
I know. You play this back. Hey, look, this might age terrible.
Right. Highlander.
2 years from now, I'll be on freaking Instagram on a Ferrari or something, talking about I'm back in Miami or something like, no, actually, I probably. But, that's crazy. Though.
Well, there is this blue Bentley that I like.
What? What type of Bentley?
It's a convertible.
Oh, I sure changed you. Because it's your 40th birthday and we're not on that path.
Well, I need a garage to park it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have
ain't no space in our garage.
But there's no space in there.
You could park a model car in there, a little toy joint. That's about it.
We moved the office.
Well, yeah, no, probably not. I want to see this Bentley though. I never knew you wanted a Bentley. Yes, it wouldn't be no reason to bring it up.
No.
I know you wanted a Bentley?
Yeah, I've told you.
When?
Because remember I was talking about, there was one on Toro in Miami and I was talking about renting it. But I was like, I wouldn't feel comfortable driving in Miami. When I went to Miami with Mariah, our daughter.
You talked about renting a Bentley? Hey, you're so disappointed in me.
Yes, because it's been the same car I've talked about for years.
Bentley?
A blue convertible Bentley. Don't ask me the model and all that.
No,
stuff.
I don't know. It's not like I would know. I'm not going to ask you something that don't mean nothing. Like, I don't know nothing.
Non-applicable.
Yeah. All right, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
See, I don't see.
It's all right.
See that
What?
I don't be listening. I be listening, but I don't be hearing. Or I be hearing, I don't be listening. Something ain't right. Especially if you said it more than once. Did you? Hey, hold on. Did you put it on your vision board that year? Did you talk about it?
On one of these vision boards.
I do. Hold on. Let's get. let me hold on. let me get some coach sub me in late. Coach subbed me off the bench late. Hear me? The game's almost over, but he said I could get a couple free throws. Hear me? I remember you talking about a Bentley on a freaking vision board. There it is. All right, my fault.
I'm sure you do.
Why would I just?
So convenient.
It's not serious, son. I'm serious.
I believe.
No, you don't. You're lying. Why again?
You remember?
No, I remember the vision board because I remember you talked about it. I remember some of the things from the vision board. You had a bag on there. You wanted an expensive handbag. Should I have just left that part out?
I wanted an expensive handbag.
Yes, and then it was like some trip vacation stuff was on there. Yeah, clothes because you wanted to update your wardrobe was on there.
You remember it better than me. I gotta pull it out.
So you only remember that one part.
I do remember because it's been on the vision board for a while.
Yeah,
that's all. An older one.
I ain't never know you know nothing about the vision boards till I met you. Yeah. Are we doing one of those again?
We should.
Like another vision board party or something. Sorry, my coffee thing. I'm good for at least one coffee noise.
Yeah, we should do it.
When? New Year's? When did we usually do it? Like New Year's?
No, we only did it once. And that was around my mom's birthday. So, and then we didn't do it this year. That was a while ago.
So how you feeling now?
Me?
Yeah, it's December, this time of the year and everything. And it's a lot of things in December, your birthday and you know what I mean? The kids' birthdays are coming up and Christmas and this is your favorite time for finances. You know what I'm saying? So I know we got to talk finances.
Yeah, we got to talk finances.
Yeah.
I feel all right.
I know.
I feel all right. I'm not going to stress because I'm like the holidays. We're celebrating Jesus' birthday. So
right.
No need to stress. The birthday party. So our kids have birthdays. Our son's January 6th, January 7th. And this is the first year they both want parties. And
what party wants?
They're inviting the whole class.
They want parties here?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You guys, listen. This is why I get frustrated. I have literally come to him, told him where each child party is going to be, made the deposit, confirmed the dates and times with him, and he's asking if it's going to be at the house.
All right, hold on. Give me a second.
Okay.
Sky's in.
Okay.
Look, see, I be fuck. It's it's early. Like I'm not a work. Yeah. All right. So once Sky's in, I'm not sure which one. Let's just keep it at location. Sky's in.
Okay.
And
I knew you weren't gonna get the second one.
Yeah, what is it, man?
It's called Eco Adventures.
Yeah, no.
And it's when they bring the animals out for the kids to. They talk about the animals like the lizards,
like live animals and all that.
Yeah, for the kids.
Who wants to go, Caleb?
Like that, you know it.
Yeah, that don't sound like.
Yeah. Caleb is our child who's a STEM child. He likes science, technology. Is that science, technology, engineering, and math?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So.
He's gonna be like he's gonna do something honest. He's gonna do something amazing.
You know what he did?
He's gonna do something amazing. What'd he do?
So we have we just got a chandelier hung in our bedroom. He took the balloon. I don't know what he was doing. I just heard all this jumping, and I come upstairs and he got the balloon caught up in the chandelier. I'm like, "What are you doing?" I kind of went off a little bit though. I'm like, "Why are you always messing with
What was he trying to do? Just probably
play with the daggone chandelier.
He just always got to mess with something. But it's not. But the thing is, it's not to be destructive.
No,
there's something he's trying to figure out, like scientifically, or something like that's
something works.
Yeah, that right. He's always trying to figure out how it works. He don't want to just use it. He wants to like pull it apart and look at it and like that's an amazing thing. I remember he
took the lid off the toilet. I'm like, what are you doing? You just want to see how.
What is that?
he has an interest in, I don't know, building.
Like we have
seeing
to
how
like
stuff works.
we have to like find what that is for him.
Well,
Because
hopefully he gets into that STEM program at that school.
Yeah.
There's a charter school that he applied for, but it's a lottery.
Yeah. Hey, did I tell you Ben, so this week I had to get so when I take the boys to school in the morning, they be wanting to listen to music, right?
You know what? You need the new car.
Can I?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. Your car riding experience.
What? Because the car's dirty and all that?
Well, it's not just that. Like, you can hear everything on the outside.
Oh, because of the rubber piece? Oh, so all right. So look, the car I'm driving right now, this Toyota car. You know how in the trunk that got like what is it, like the rubber insulation that be around the back of the trunk or whatever. Mm-hmm. So mine's just fell off basically. So like the air be getting in the car and like you could hear what's outside and like you could hear the ground because it's it's like an opening.
Yeah.
So yeah, right. That's all you're basically taking air. The whole time you're taking a little bit of cold air. Mm-hmm. The whole time in the car. That's crazy.
And then the radio.
The speakers are playing. That's what I'm saying. Why? Look how I'm living.
I know.
For the money I'm making. I'm driving a car where the freaking air is blowing out the back with a crack. You know what I mean? The freaking speakers are blowing. That's terrible.
But why though?
It's that free. That's what he said, right?
Because it's paid for.
It's paid for. That's what you said, man. That's what you said, yeah.
So you feel the same way?
I guess. It's paid for.
And car notes, when we had car notes, that's nothing compared to what the car notes are now. Because our car notes were like $500-$600.
Right.
Now they $800-$900, 4 figures. For real.
4 figures for a car note?
$1,000. Yes.
It's a little too pricey for me.
That's what I'm saying. So,
I thought when we was doing like 6 or something, I thought that was a lot. Mm-hmm. I know we had one that was 6.
That was the truck.
Right. Yeah. That weren't a good. Well, I mean, actually, for a period of time, it was until it started getting.
It was until it wasn't.
It was until it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, for anybody who's just joining our podcast, like me and Randy, just be real about everything. We talk about our life. We did a lot together. We got a lot of experience in different things, business, podcast, not as much. You know what I'm saying? But even just being friends for a long time. We're married, got kids, a whole bunch of things. We had this podcast for you guys to be part of the platform and share things with us about your life, what you're going through, good things, bad things. We want to hear the good things, but like if you're keeping it real, we're going to hear the bad things too. Because that's life. Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's tiring. You know what I mean? So anyway, if you're first time listening to us, make sure you follow us. You know what I mean? Check out our previous episodes. Be part of our community. We're not on Patreon no more. Not yet.
No, but you could bring y'all some content.
But you could, we're on TikTok. Follow us on TikTok, YouTube, everything. You know what I mean? Make sure you support us.
You can support us on Buzzsprout.
And we got humble beginnings. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Humble beginnings. But with that, I want to finish with this because even though, we treat our podcast as if we got 1 million listeners and we don't. You know what I'm saying? It's all right to have humble beginnings. You know what I'm saying? It's all right to celebrate humble beginnings. I want to finish with this. Don't always wait to celebrate because you might never celebrate if you keep waiting. Celebrate the little things. You know what I'm saying? Like the little things matter for real. The fact that me and her used to look in this room and they used to have clothes in it. And now we're in here pouring and being real about life and experiences. We could celebrate that even if not one person is listening. That's part of the journey of our life. You know what I'm saying? And what we've been blessed to be able to do and the message we've been blessed to be able to share. You know what I'm saying? So you celebrate that. The problem is we don't find ways to be happy with the little things in the journey.
You have to be, though, because those little things are actually our lives.
It is.
Like it's our life. It's our marriage.
It is.
Not just the big, Portugal. It's the
real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not listening to you. Then we find a way to be cool and get through things and then go get a new client in the same day. That's our podcast. That type of conversation. That type of reality. That's life. But it wasn't all good. We didn't just get up that day and make some money and get a new client. Nah, we might have been having challenges in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like this morning, having a great pod with you a couple hours ago. You didn't want to talk to me. But that's life. That's life, though.
No, and I did want to talk to you.
But you didn't, right, you did want to talk to me, but I didn't get you a chance to talk. All right, I got you, though. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But I say all that when it comes to celebrating the little things because I want you guys to know, and again, we are Christians, you know what I'm saying? So we ain't ashamed to talk about God, you know, a bit on our podcast. But the one thing I have to say is that the reason why you got to celebrate them little things, and I said this on the last episode, but I want to say it in a different way. It's like the devil finds a way to always put a little dirt on it. And I feel like that's another thing in human nature. Is like, no matter what, whether it's a person, a place, a thing, like you do something good and somehow it has to get dumbed down just a little bit. You might, somebody else puts a little dirt on it, or you like I do, I put a little dirt on it myself. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the devil does. And just think about this for a second, yo. Every day as you're going on in your life, you're chasing success. You're trying to get to the next place in your life. You're trying to get to the next plateau. You're trying to make the next business deal. You're trying to up your followers. You're trying to do that. And you think that getting to a certain level is you're going to get there and like celebrate like you got to the top of the mountain. But that mountain's always changing. So you have to find a way to celebrate every single day. But what the devil does is he does two things. He comes in, and when you have a challenge during the day, or when you have something that doesn't go right, he comes in and he amplifies it. He makes it way bigger than what it actually is. And then in the same moment, when something good happens, he'll find a way to allow you to not celebrate it as big as you should. So every day we're going through these things, and it's like we ain't giving them the right level of credit. So yes, it's all right if this year you're making $2 more an hour than you made last year. It's all right to celebrate that. Be happy with that. That's not a lot of money. It's not. But don't just fall into the fact that you only make $2 more, or you're still not making $20. Okay. But that's what the devil will do. And God is blessing you along your journey, and he's going to find a way to tell you that it's not a blessing, but it is. And while you're going through your journey, you're going to have challenges, things that you have to overcome. But when they happen, they're going to seem bigger than what they are. They're going to seem like the things you can't get through. They're going to seem like the things that are just not possible for you to get through. It's so big. This is so bad. But it's not. You're supposed to see it as the challenge.
Yeah.
But you don't. That's when the devil comes in and says, whoa, nah, look at this. This thing is big, yo. Look how bad this is. But then when the little good thing happens, what happens? Oh, nah, that ain't really like that. That's the origin of everything. That's the God and devil play from what I believe. It's like, here's the good, and I'm going to find a way not to show you that it's bad. That's not what happens with people. That's not what that negative energy is from people a lot of the times. It's not always bad energy from people. It's diminishing light energy. That's why they tell you as a kid, let your light shine, yo. It sounds like a simple song, but that's why they tell you that. Because that's what the devil and bad energy and things that you encounter on earth, it's not always to hurt you or harm you. It's just to dim your light some. It's just to dim it just a little bit. Feel me? And you don't even realize that you're like a 300 watt freaking light bulb, but in your life you're operating at 180 watts. But you're still shining though. So you don't really realize it. But no, you're actually a 300 watt bulb. You feel me?
You're not shining the way
But you're not shining the way that you're designed, yo. You're really not. And you got to realize that. But if you really sit there and you say, hey, when these things happen in my life, these are challenges. And I don't care how I feel today. There's a tomorrow. There's an opportunity in the history that I'm going to get through this. You know what I'm saying? And when something good happens and I go online or I hear from somebody else and they say, that ain't go to senses. I don't care.
Right.
Right? That's my journey. That's my thing to celebrate. I can go online today and see that we have 1,000 more followers. You might want to celebrate, but there's still a mindset that has to be had, right? Because I could literally, in the same half a second, click on a friend of mine's and see 40,000 followers and just crap my thing right out the window.
Yeah. Remember the
right?
the 100 downloads?
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Right.
I was celebrating the
and
100 downloads, and he's like,
exactly. and that's the realness of our podcast too.
Yeah.
But and when I give you guys advice, it's not because I'm perfect, it's because I'm present and I go through it and I want to share it with y'all. Because I know you probably go through it too. Everybody, let's keep it real. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? But don't dim your own light, because your light is bright. And your 300-watt bulb might be 1,000 followers, but it's still 300 watts. And it's okay for somebody else's 100,000 followers to still be 300 watts. That's their 300 watts. It's not yours. And it's okay to not have it be yours. And if you always need it to be yours, you'll never ever have what's actually yours, which is the 1,000. And there's something beautiful and amazing in that 1,000 that you will always rob yourself of. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people that live life that are robbing themselves of their own journey. We can't have that. You see what I'm saying? Because your journey has got some amazing things in it. Amazing. I'm sitting here pointing with you. You got your grandparents on the wall. I got my grandparents on the wall that raised me. Sitting up watching Saved by the Bell as freaking Steve Urkel as a kid. Now they in here with me, but not in here with me. But they're here with me. Right? Yeah. So I want everybody, you don't get anything from this episode. You wake up today and you finish the night. Think about the day you had. And everything good and bad about it, just make sure you put it in the right view, yo. Because there's bad things that happen no matter how bad they are. I promise you, that's the lighter fluid for the devil to come in and blow them up and make them bigger than they actually are. And there's little good things that you got at work. On your way home, be prepared that someone's trying to dumb them down. It could be your friend. It could be your husband. Somebody's going to do something to just shed a little dirt on it and try to dim your watts. All right. And then eventually, if you don't realize that, your light will burn out. Okay. So we don't want that. So that's the lesson for the day. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate the little things, because little things are big things. They really are. Little things are big things. God has taught us that from the beginning of time. It doesn't matter how many people need to be fed. It matters what I can do with the little things. It matters what I can do with this fish and bread. It matters what I could do with it, not what I have. So think about that in your life. What do you have? And what can you do with it? All right? Because it's a difference. You're going to look around every day and you're going to see they have. They got more than me, but they don't have more than you, because that's not what the more is. The more is your ability that God gave you and what you can do with it. And what you do with your ability creates the more. Feel me? Anyway, make sure you follow our podcast, Quiet Money Podcast. I'm your host, Dex. I got my beautiful co-host with me, Randi, as always. She looks gorgeous. This is the #1 show for going through the ups and downs of life. And you need to celebrate the little wins in your life every day, the good and the bad. And don't let the devil switch up the view on it, because it's just challenges. All right? You go to sleep, that thing that's super bad that you just can't get through, you can. And that thing that went well for you today, no matter what anybody says or thinks about it, it's okay celebrating that today, because that's your thing. All right? Peace. Make sure you follow Quiet Money Podcast on all streaming platforms that have podcast. Follow us on Instagram. Leave comments on our videos. Let us know what you're going through, ups and downs. We want to hear from you. We engage with you. And we'll see you next time. Peace.